what's up, everybody? It's motherfucking fight week.
Oh.
All right, the red light is on. Welcome, guys, to the Gamebred Bareknuckle MMA Orlando press conference. Dos Santos versus Belcher. Let's clean up some things real quick, guys. Tickets are still on sale right now at Ticketmaster.com. Right around the corner, live at the Kia Center. Also, we are so pumped to announce and keep on promoting that we will be live on Kick for absolutely free. We're so pumped on this deal. This is a long-term deal with Kick Streaming, one of the biggest streaming platforms on this planet. The boss man himself wants to make these fights for free. We will keep on doing it live on Kick. Last but definitely, guys, we want to thank Steak, our presenting sponsor. They're our official betting partner with Steak. Thank them so much. Also, Safety Shot. Thank you so much, A-Game, for hydrating our athletes. And also, Happy Dad. All right, let's get into it, guys. Before we open it up to the media, let's introduce these gladiators up here. To my left, the Vanilla Gorilla just won a first-round knockout in Biloxi a couple months ago. Chase Sherman. His opponent, Orlando's own 19-second knockout in Biloxi, Alex the Spartan Nicholson. One half of the main event, the talent, Alan Belcher. And the other half, Junior Dos Santos. All right, before we open it up, a couple quick questions. Chase, let's start with you, my man. 10 years ago, you fought Alex the Spartan Nicholson. I know you guys were different men back then, but what do you take from having this rematch 10 years in the making?
I mean, I'm not really, I don't really think about too much what happened 10 years ago, you know what I'm saying? I'm a big firm believer that if you live in the past, that's where you'll get left, is in the past. So, you know, that fight was something that was completely separate from, you know, this moment that we have right now. So, yeah, I mean, that's what it was, and this is what it is or will be, and it's we just ended up crossing paths again, and it is what it is.
All right, talk about crossing paths. You guys are the co-main event. The main event is for the Gamebred Bareknuckle MMA Heavyweight Championship. Do you have eyes on that fight at all for the main event?
Well, yeah, I mean, my friend, his teammate, he's fighting for the title, so I'm watching. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm going to be watching the fight. Whatever transpires after that happens after that, man. I'm focused on what I got in front of me right now, and it's, you know, it's a hefty task at hand. Alex is a hell of a fighter, and yeah, that's all I'm concerned about. And then, obviously, supporting Alan and wanting him to get, you know, win his title, and everybody go home back to Mississippi nice and happy.
There we go. All right. Alex the Spartan Nicholson, my man, Orlando, Popka, right? What does it mean to you to be fighting in Orlando at the Kia Center, one of the best arenas, not even in the state of Florida, in America? What does it mean to you to be fighting in Orlando?
It's a blessing to be here to put on for my city. I used to go down, it used to be the TD Waterhouse Center. I waited out front of it for possibly Tracy McGrady or Grant Hill, Horace Grant to stop and sign an autograph. I used to wait out front of it with my brother-in-law. And now that I'm fighting in my hometown Coliseum, you know, I couldn't be more grateful. I've been through a lot, and my family, my friends, everyone who supports me knows that. And I get to showcase my ability in the biggest stage possible in my city. And it's gonna be litty.
Love that, love that. Maybe an understatement. I think you're one of the pillars of Gamebred Bareknuckle MMA. No one has fought for this company more than you. You're in the co-main event, undefeated. Of course, same question. Do you have big eyes on that main event for the championship?
It's already mine. I'm the underground king, and I'm just waiting for my crown. So time will tell. God bless these legends. I look forward to seeing their show, but I'm next in line. I'm waiting. I got my ticket. Florida boy waiting for a pub sub. Let's go.
There we go. All right. Alan the Talon Belcher, my man. You know, UFC veteran, came back to the game, boxing, multiple bare knuckle fights, also won a bare knuckle world championship yourself. Does this favor you, having so much bare knuckle, lineage behind you over Junior Dos Santos?
Yeah, I honestly believe that it does. Yeah, so I mean, I've been in there, and You know, I know what it feels like to get into a war with the bare knuckle. It's a little bit different, and you know, I've learned a lot in the bare knuckle fighting. But at the end of the day, when I get hit, I perform better. When I have more pressure, whatever goes down in there is, you know, it's going to lift me up. The harder the fight is. So I mean, bare knuckle, I feel like I'm made for it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Last one for you, my man. What does winning this championship mean to you? You've had a phenomenal career, of course, multiple champion. What would this title mean to you in your career?
I mean, it just means bare knuckle MMA heavyweight champion. Also, that's pretty much it. You know, it's nice. I'm sure my family would be proud of me, whether I get it or not. And I try not to put too big of a meaning on things like that. At the end of the day, I'm coming to win. I've came to terms with there's no really reason to come up with big meaning and all this fantasy and imagination, and it's just about getting in there and competing. And I'm a dog whenever the cage door shuts, and when I'm in there, I'm going to try to win. I'm very competitive, so it's just very hard to beat me. So the meaning is not what I'm focused on. I'm just focused on fighting and focused on winning against Junior.
Gotcha, man. Appreciate it. All right, Junior, my man. Fought Fabricio Werdum, Jacksonville, Florida, around 6-9 months ago. What was that? Did you learn a lesson, even in victory, fighting in your first bare-knuckle fight?
Oh, yeah, I did. You know, it was actually a great experience, you know, for the first time. I was kind of looking forward to have that experience, and it was good, you know, the things, how the things happened over there, you know, everything was fine, and especially because I was able to win the fight. You know, sometimes things they go wrong, but we gotta try to make them right all the time.
Beautiful. Hell of a career, of course. One of the combat sports legends, one of the heavyweight legends, UFC champion, 9 straight wins in the UFC. All that being said, would this be the cherry on top of your career, bringing that belt into American Top Team, another world championship?
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, I'm very excited for this. You know, to have the chance to become the first Gamebred bare-knuckle heavyweight champion, and I did my work. You know, the hard part is already passed. You know, we left it all at the gym, training very hard to get here 100% and put in a good show. You know, looking for the victory.
Beautiful. All right, 2 questions for you, Jorge. First one, my man. First ever Gamebred bare-knuckle heavyweight championship. What does that mean to you that it's 2 absolute legends, Alan the Talon Belcher and Junior Dos Santos? What does that do for you and the brand as their first champion?
First and foremost, thank everybody for being out here, the coaches, trainers, media, everybody. Everybody behind the stage that helped make this happen. Dean Toole, the Pensacola boys, Victoria Gonzalez, Edward, yourself, everybody here, and obviously these brave gladiators. I've been to like 1 million fights, I'm not lying. There's video of it, and there's just something different when you're at a press conference or anything to do, and it's like bare knuckle MMA. The feel in there is just different. You know, it's just way more heightened, I think, than any regular press conference I've ever been to, and it always shows out on the day of fighting how much mental power is going into it. Right now, as I sit here next to these guys, I could feel, man, what they're thinking, what they're breathing through. Like they're here, but they're really not, man. They're already on Saturday, and their eyes on that prize. It's a lot on your mind when you got these bare knuckles coming at you. And to answer your question, man, tell you the truth, to have either JDS or Alan Belcher have the championship around their waist is amazing for us. Both of them embody what the company spirit is, what we believe in, and it's just giving it your all or going on your shield, you know, giving it your all to get that victory. And if you can't get that victory, well, shit, you come back on your shield and you go out there and be a dog. And both these guys embody that like nobody, man, especially in this bare-knuckle world. Then in the co-main event, we got possibly the title challengers that also embody that spirit, that are there for just one thing alone, is to take another soul. And if they got to put their own body at risk to get that, they have no problem doing that, you know. So we couldn't be more proud of the main event and the co-main event. And we've came a long way in short time. We're only going to keep delivering big events, getting the biggest, best athletes that we possibly can to compete against each other with no gloves and give the fans what they want, that violence.
Beautiful, beautiful. Last one for me. How's the weather in Stockton, California?
Yeah, it was good. I was there briefly. I had some tacos. The tacos ain't bad. I had some breakfast burritos. That was a little better. But I'm here in Orlando now. You know, Stockton. I couldn't. There wasn't mission accomplished. I was trying to meet a certain somebody and just give him some details on how to get in touch with me, so maybe we could set up a fisticuff. But it didn't happen, you know. But I met this butcher though that said he knew Nate Diaz, which was funny because Nate's vegan, but he swore to me he knew him, so I gave him my phone number. Hopefully something happens.
There we go. All right, let's open up to Q&As to the media. You know, our John Morgan, Miss Maddie Levine.
Oh, that was so sweet of you. Thank you, buddy. Maddie here with Fight Bananas. We'll go right down the line. Chase, I will start with you. So obviously you guys have danced together. It was 10 years ago now. How have you evolved the most in your game, both mentally and physically, since then?
Well, I mean, besides the obvious, more experienced, and you have a whole other decade behind me as far as like training goes, and ring experience, and you know, 2 years ago I moved down to South Florida, and now all I do is just train. That's just my life, and so I've kind of embodied the aspect of being a full-time martial artist, a fighter, in and outside of the ring, and yeah, I mean, just like anything comes with time, you know, you get experience and you learn what works, what doesn't work, and you know, gain wisdom through the game, and yeah, so it's just, we're both completely different people more than.
So you and Alex have been very cordial all week. When does that flip switch and you become Chase Sherman, the fighter?
When he's trying to punch me in the face. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's when the door closes and the fight starts, I mean, then we start, then the competing starts, you know what I mean? I don't, Chase Sherman, the fighter, and the person, it's not separate. That's who you see now is, you know what I mean, who's going to be in the cage. I don't, you know, if I had any kind of like negative feelings or ill will, or if I didn't like him or whatever, you'd know it now. You know what I mean? So this is who I am, and then this is when we step into the cage. I'm just focused and dialed in, very stoic with my approach, and you know, just have to get the job done. And for me, the job is to put on a hell of a show, because I think that's what the company is about. It's not necessarily about the wins and the losses. It's about how you fight. And that's what I'm coming to do, is put on a show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Alan, I have a question for you. What would a win over Dos Santos mean for you and your already incredible career?
That just means that we keep going, and we keep going for bigger fights, bigger paydays, and just keep the train moving, you know. So I don't feel any pressure for this one. I feel very calm. I feel like I'm in the exact place that I need to be, focused and ready to win Saturday night.
And one thing I noticed about you all week, really getting to know you a little better, you're very passionate about the martial arts, about your fighting. What keeps you so passionate after all of these years being in this world?
I mean, taking a long break and reevaluating myself and everything is part of it, you know, because you do get burned out after a while. But I'm really in the thick of like I'm in a good groove right now, you know. So I see. Yeah, I've rededicated myself for a couple more years, you know, so making the transition from boxing and then going into MMA again and fighting for Jorge was, you know, just kind of had to think about, all right, I'm going to do MMA. I need to start working on some different things. I need to get a tune-up fight, which is the Roy Nelson fight, get some practice in there. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it fully. You know, so it's not for the money. It's not for you know. I don't fight to entertain the fans. It's just who I am. I'm an entertaining fighter because that's just how I fight.
Thank you, JDS. I noticed that this week you brought your mental coach along with you. Can you talk about how having a mental coach has elevated your game?
Yeah, it's like. More than a mental coach is a friend who really understands me, you know. So he's a good guy, you know. It's always good to have someone good that you can trust to talk about everything. So it kind of, you know, you don't hold things to yourself. One of the things that I've been learning throughout all my career is this, you know, you gotta be 100%, and that's, you know, I like talking and expressing myself, especially with the people that I really understand that they care. So it's important to have someone who really kind of understands what I'm talking about and knows what kind of direction I'm trying to go.
And lastly, what would this heavyweight title mean to you to have that belt around your waist on Saturday night?
It means a lot, you know. It's another great moment in my career, you know. I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy to be fighting again. And like I said, you know, with all the experience that I have in my life, I've been learning how to focus on the right things. And the right thing to focus on is on my performance. Is to get there very well, like feeling good and ready to put in a great performance. You know, all the rest is not under my control. You know, which is under my control is my performance and how I'm gonna be doing during the fight and the choices I'll be making during the fight. You know, the knockout, the submission, or whatever happens, it's just a consequence of that.
Thank you. Alex, we can always count on you to be lively, enthusiastic, during fight night, during interviews, whatever you're doing. But when it comes to game time, you always perform, you always show up. What would you say separates you from your opponent on Saturday? What's the difference maker here?
Just who I am, who God made me, my mindset, my mentality. I'm always ready. When I leave here and drive home, if something pops off at the Wawa, I'm ready to go. I'm alive. I wake up in the morning and I think about what a blessing it is just to be here. That's what's changed in me. It's not for me. My son has to eat, and he can eat. I got to eat, and I can eat. Life's made me a respectful gentleman. It's who I got to be as a father, a parent, a leader, and I'm taking that role. I'm one of the best fighters on earth. I have just as many knockouts as this legend. No disrespect to him, but I could look him in the eyes and say I've earned the right to be here, sitting next to one of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet. Another one of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet, my brother, is here. He just stepped in, Mike Platinum Perry. We've been doing this bare knuckle, fighting each other since we were teenage kids on a tarp at his apartment complex. This guy, Kimbo Slice, bare knuckle fighting. There's bare knuckle legends and legacy here. And if you're not here Saturday night, you better tune in because somebody's going to get tuned the fuck up and it's going to be hell of a show. Like you said, I'm an entertainer. This is entertaining. It's all love and respect between me and every one of these gentlemen here, but we all also understand that it's not just more wealth for our families. We're putting our health on the line for entertainment. We've chosen that. Those cage doors close. It's us, what we're capable of doing, what we're willing to do, and how far are we going to fucking take it. And God protect us all, because we're all big, scary, bad motherfuckers. Amen.
Thank you, Alex. Just a few more for Jorge. Jorge, thank you so much. You're the reason we're here, so we thank you for that. Now, Gamebred bare knuckle, still very new, but it is growing rapidly. And for somebody that may be tuning in for the first time on Saturday, you kind of touched upon the culture of it, the vibe. How would you describe the vibe of Gamebred?
I mean, you could tell, you could feel these guys. I'm not the only one here that feels the presence these guys, these mighty men are giving off. You know, they're, like I said, they're here, but they're only here for seconds when they're talking. Their mind is already on fight day, on cutting that weight and getting in the best shape possible, efficient as can be, to be these freaking killing machines that these guys are. And I understand it. They understand it. They know. I mean, it's just different. These events before bare knuckle fight, man, I swear, it just feels different. I've known this guy forever, but when I'm around him now, this energy, like, I know I don't even want to poke the bear. I don't even want to look him in the eyes, you know, because he's fucking ready to go, man. So we're pumped, you know, to have these guys competing for the belt. Like I said earlier at the top of the show, it's great for the company. Speaks volumes of the type of championship we want. The guys that go out there and lay it all on the line, and they happen to be very, very good at it. You know, these are not some taxi cab drivers that we're boasting up, talking about these guys can fight. Everyone here can fight and back it up, you know, that they happen to all have their own personality. That's fucking amazing, you know. It's just more entertainment.
There seems to be interest here, but do you have any interest of having the co-main event face the winner of the main event? of Saturday night?
Definitely, that's not a decision I could fully make. There is a team involved in it. Check it out. As Alex checks out the bell real quick, gets familiar with it. It's a team decision, but I'll tell you what. Ultimately, it's in Chase and Alex's hands, right? Because if they go out there and they put a performance that the fans don't agree with, well, that's on them, and Roy Nelson comes in there and steals the spotlight. If they put in a performance that everybody's talking about on Monday, it's a no-brainer. Who's going up there for the belt, and then it makes my decision talking to all the higher ups way easier, But it's definitely, we have them on this card for a reason. It's up to Chase and Alex to go out there and do what we've known they've always done since the moment that the two of these guys laced up gloves and got into fighting and then switched over to bare knuckle. They just got to keep doing what they do. It'll come.
And last one from me. Any predictions on some show stealers Saturday night? Maybe the person that everybody's going to be talking about on Monday?
Got my boy raising his hand over there already, Felony. Felony's always a riot, and then Felony's going to be going at it against Joe the Party, which is another riot, another rowdy fighter. Anthony Angelquan, he's a freaking beast, man, and he don't got no easy fight. The Jenkins Hill fight is going to be another freaking banger. It's tough. I got about 3-4 picks for fight of the night. Obviously, the co-main event, the main event. Those are my two strongest picks. Somewhat correctly. Through the distance, the message changed. I don't want to piss off Felony before fight, man.
Hello, guys. My question is for Junior and Alan. I'm Jose Montesino from Montesino TV. First of all, Junior, this is your second bare knuckle fight. Is there any change in the preparation? Obviously, feeling a little bit more experience into the bare knuckle after those years in the MMA. Is there any change in your preparation?
Not really. Actually, the bare knuckle thing fitted perfectly on me. I felt like that. So it's the real deal, man. I really enjoyed to be fighting on bare knuckle because of that, because you can see like every punch, everything you do in the fight is much more effective. The guys once, like all the guys, when they get hit once, they don't get it. They don't want to get hit twice. They avoid that thing. So it's painful, it's real, and I think it makes the whole difference.
For Alan, obviously, he fought a couple of months ago, his first fight. Do you see something in his game that you think you will take an advantage this Saturday?
I've studied Junior, since before the Roy fight, so I've just been looking at him very closely, and I watched his whole career, So I watched him come up. Yeah, he has a very good game, and of course, there's things that you're going to see about your opponent that you're going to try to take advantage of, but you never know what they bring fight night. So I'm ready for anything, So I heard him say that it could be a knockout, could be a submission, and that could go either way. But the fact is that it's a very, very small chance that I'm going to get knocked out. Very small chance I'm going to get submitted. I haven't been submitted in years and years and years in the gym or a fight. I'm hard to hit, and when I do get hit, I have some kind of special head, and so I've proved that to myself coming back as a heavyweight, getting hit by heavyweights every once in a while. I'm hard to beat, man. So. Yeah, I'm prepared for the fight.
Last for me, Jorge. Obviously, we've been seeing the growth of Gamebred MMA, Gamebred boxing. How you feel right now, business-wise? This is a really exciting time for you as a businessman. How you see the business growing in the next couple of years?
Oh man, we're about to blow the roof off this motherfucker, man. Sponsors are really starting to fuck with us heavy, so the way that we have it structured out is that just means that we're gonna go and get more and more talent and be able to take care of these guys as they stay with the company, obviously. So we got plans for next year to be able to have one show every month. We'll be in everybody's face, unstoppable, free as can be, on kick. The sponsors rolling in, both these guys, both JDS and Belcher have pulled huge numbers. JDS, when he fought Werdum, over a course of 5 hours, pulled 1 million views, with Fabricio Werdum, and Alan Belcher versus Roy Nelson did over like 500 and something thousand views as well within like 4 hours. You know, so both these guys just pulled numbers, and that's what landed us to getting this massive deal with Kick, and now we get streaming for everybody for free. All you got to do is download the app. So we're very happy business-wise where the company's going. We got up-and-coming great guys as well, and then we got established guys like Alex and Chase that want to fight for us. You know, it's not like we're beating down people's door. That they know that we're trying to get them as much exposure as possible, as much money as possible, and put them in the rowdiest fights possible, you know. And I think the fans have related real well with that because this is a product that there's no gimmicks. Much like my career, my fight style, there's no smoke and screens, there's nothing. You know, the best is going to fight the best, and the cream is going to rise to the crop, and we're going to put on fucking violent shows. Yes, sir.
Carlo?
Hey guys, Carlo Peruzza of Carlo Peruzza MMA. First question here for Alex. Alex, since your first fight against Chase, how do you think you have evolved both as a person and a fighter?
It's night and day. It's a decade. My son was born. My faith grew stronger just from being here on this earth longer. I mean, if that doesn't happen, then I think we're just wasting our time here. I make the time people spend around me better. I try to teach. I try to learn. I was a little Charmander. Now I'm a big, dangerous, scary Charizard. Ready to fly around, spit fire, spread blessings. Spread blessings. And I just thank God for every day. I feel intense. I feel strong. I've lost close friends and family. A decade went by. I'm a completely different man, but I understand that the objective's the same. I understood that objective as a young man. I got the job done 10 years ago, but like he said and I've said, that was a lifetime ago. We were different men. But he wanted to cause harm and violence. I wanted to cause harm and violence, cause a little, spread it around the earth. It's what we do. It's what we chose to do. And it's what we will continue to do. And life's a blessing. Doing what I love is a blessing. And I fully understand that. That's what's different about me. And I'm a better fighter, and I think I'm a grown man who understands the job that I have to do to provide for myself, my family, and to represent the reason we're all here. You know, thank Jesus, thank God. Let's fucking get it.
Now, Chase, how do you feel like you have evolved as a fighter and a person since your first fight against Alex?
I mean, similar to what I just said earlier, and kind of touching on what he did was, yeah, man, just life evolves you. Not even just a game of fighting, but yeah, life evolves you, and you learn to take lessons from life and you apply it to, you know, your craft. This is my craft. All the different adversities that you may face along whatever path that you've chosen. It prepares you for fighting, and it's all kind of synonymous. I mean, we're all kind of here on our own journey, battling something, you know what I mean? But I'm fortunate enough to get to have an outlet to express, you know, my frustrations or anything I may be going through or whatever. This is my outlet. This is my craft. This is my art. And, yeah, I'm going to go out there and paint a masterpiece, man.
Alan, what would you have told yourself if someone told you following your Michael Bisping contest that you would be, could be the first person to win both a bare-knuckle MMA and a bare-knuckle boxing title?
Yeah, I don't know. Those things really didn't exist back then. So, yeah, it is pretty wild. I get what you're saying, for sure, man. But we're here now. Yeah, the past is history.
Now, Junior, with the win, becoming the first bare-knuckle MMA world champion, how do you think that impacts your legacy?
Well, I think it's going to be great. It's another victory. We are all here for victories, you know, in life. Nobody wants to lose. Everybody was working hard to make things happen in a good way, and that's why I'm here, you know, and to become the first Gamebred bare-knuckle champion, it will be great, you know. It's part of the history. I know this show is gonna grow and grow and grow, and everybody's who realize, you know, how amazing, you know, bare-knuckle is, everybody's going to try to jump in and be part of it, you know. So to be the first one, it's going to be great.
Last question for you, Jorge. Besides these 4 warriors, we're seeing newer faces fighting in the undercard, fighting part of this promotion. Does that signify growth and development for the organization?
Definitely. The growth and development is just, you go to my DMs or emails, and it's tons of fighters from all over the world, different regions, hitting us up, wanting to compete. You know, but when guys like these 4 up here put it all on the line, it just opens the way for the next generation, the next, the guys that are established in the sport that look at these guys and go, man, if they're doing it, I could do it as well. So every time we put on the show, it's like a whole tsunami of talent comes in every single time.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Guys, still get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Saturday night, live at the Kia Center. Download Kick. You can search Gamebred BK MMA live and free on Kick. We're going to move these tables. We're going to face these gladiators off. Let's go.